looking at the scale and the images we collected last week. You see the two red dots are separated by 10 centimeters or 3 inches. This one is small. It's less. The central part is, so the red part is about less than an inch, but you can see all the tentacles projecting from the center out. And you see in the top left corner there seems to be a pycnogonic sea spider that we can also take a look at afterwards. Those are fantastic animals. So siphonophores are cnidarians, just like jellyfish and corals. And these are particularly interesting animals because you see all the central structures of the body. They're actually a colony of several organisms. We usually see them swimming in the water column or drifting in the water column. But there's a few species like this one that attach themselves with the tentacles to the seafloor. And you see how all the tentacles extended also upwards to capture potential prey and food that they bring. You see some of the tentacles retracting to the main part of the body. That's how they bring, if they have any capture any potential particles or living organisms, they can bring them into the center and use them as food and consume them. You also see a central sphere on the top of the colony. Looks like a bubble. Actually, a lot of animals in this group can make these structures that can fill with gas. Actually, they help them to be buoyant. So you can imagine it being a little bit possibly buoyant, so trying to rise up in the water column, but at the same time it's attaching itself to the ground, so anchoring itself to the ground. That way it maintains a relative stable position above the seafloor. That is helpful to being exposed to a greater input of food particles, and as well as potentially zooplankton that may be swimming around. So these animals, just like jellyfishes and corals, again have cells, they're stinging cells that have microscopic harpoons that they use to inject venom into living prey, and that way they can paralyze it and kill it. There's a diversity of the kind of venoms they can produce, but they all have evolved to capture prey. Really cool observation here. You see all the motions of individual tentacles going back and forth from the center part of the body, of the colony, really.
So what kind of prey does it prefer?
I don't know what this particular species is. I think we know very little about